Hello, this is BlueStar, Defender of Equestria, and this is my BronyCon Day 2 video. Well, what can I say? I like doing that. That's always fun, so. But anyway, so, yeah, so, oh no, my first thoughts on all this are, unfortunately, was like, no plan survives contact with BronyCon. Yeah, it's like I was gonna go to a lot of panels, but basically didn't. Or I went to a panel and then I said, nah, I don't really want to stay for this panel. Or I went to panels that I didn't really intend to go to, so. So yeah, like the singing songs on MOP, it's like, that might have been interesting, but nah, I ended up not going to that. I think I decided to have a nice, quiet, sort of quote-unquote easy morning and just sort of relax, chill out, and stuff and everything, I guess, a little bit. Because, yeah, trying in a way to do better to not, quote-unquote, burn myself out and all that and everything. Which, unfortunately, is very, very easy to do at something like BronyCon. Because, yeah, you're on your feet for most of the day. I mean, you have to walk sometimes from one end of this convention center all the way to the other. And it's, and it can just be a long, hard day sometimes. But a very enjoyable day, though. So, yeah. So I think mostly, like, during the morning, I just hung around the vendor hall a little bit, took care of a few things, finally bought some things. It's like I got a nice BlueStar wallet, or a wallet with BlueStar's cutie mark on it, so that was kind of cool. Bought some pictures of Luna and Celestia. It's like, always gotta buy pictures of Luna and Celestia. It's like, and particularly pictures where they're together, and they're sort of happy. I like that, it's like, we need more of that kind of thing. But anyway, yeah, so, yeah, I mean, it's... I've been around the vendor hall enough, and there's still things I really haven't seen and everything, and it's just, sometimes it's like, I just want to sit in the vendor hall and just go through everything and just, take a much closer look at everything. And I bought a Luna coin, some patches and everything, and I think I will use this as an opportunity to, talk about this. Is that, yeah, like last year I commissioned someone to do some BlueStar patches. And, well, the person never got back to me, they didn't email me, they didn't do anything, so, So, a different guy was here. It wasn't the guy that I commissioned, but he talked about it and everything, and he's actually offered, and he says, yeah, you're the third person who's told me this, so, I asked him to do the commission, and he's like, okay, I'll take care of it, I'll do it for you, and it's like, oh, okay, that's nice, I'm willing to pay and everything, so no, that's okay. So I appreciate that, so yeah. Because, yeah, I mean, so the takeaway from this is, yeah, definitely get an email address or a phone number or a DeviantArt page or something. It's like, don't commission somebody without one of those things, because otherwise, yeah, they can simply, quote-unquote, take your money and run. I don't really know if that's what happened or not, but clearly I didn't get what I paid for, so something went wrong, something went awry, or it could simply be the guy took my money and ran, which I would like to think was not true, but totally possible. But anyway, so yeah, that was kind of cool. So yeah, so I went to the Elements of Harmony. And I was kind of bummed at first because I brought all my, I'll call it my heavy camera rig, because I brought a big heavy tripod and like all the camera gear and everything. And then they say that, oh, you're not allowed to record anything. This would have been nice if they had told us this before. I said that to the guys, well, they just put a message on, like a couple minutes ago. I meant, it would have been good to have had this in, like, the, in the guidebook or something online, so that, I don't lug all this gear here and then not be able to use it, but, So anyway, I get into that panel, and they start... It sounds like they're reading from a script or something, so I'm sort of not really sure what's going on. And unfortunately, I was a little bit late, so I don't know what's going on. So, yeah, it sounds like they're reading from, like, a script from an MLP episode. And they go through this big, long thing, and it sounds like an episode of MLP, and I'm almost wondering, wait a minute. Is this an episode? Is this, like, a new episode of MLP or something? It's like, what? I was thinking, maybe that's why they didn't want us to record this, so, And at some point, it's like, maybe I should just, walk out the door, because it's like, no spoilers! Because that would be an interesting thing to be watching an episode. It's like, wait a minute, this is that script I saw at BronyCon. It's like, darn, I'm gonna have to change this to an unblind video now, an unblind reaction video now, because I actually know what's gonna happen. But no, that appears to not be the case. I think it was Tabitha St. Germain's fan fiction that they were doing, so, and they did mention that, oh, this was a cold reading for several of the voice actors, so, yeah, so what I was listening to was not a future episode of the show, but I'm still not quite certain if I'm supposed to talk about it or not, so I'm not going to, but but it was actually not a bad story. It was actually pretty good. I mean, it wasn't really what I was expecting. I was expecting this to be another, voice actor Q&A panel, and no, that's not what this was at all, so... However, at the end, they did in fact have a Q&A panel with all the voice actors, and of course, all the main 6 voice actors. Yo, that was cool, and it was, as always, it was really funny. It was just really cool, and it's just so cool. It's like I am a little bummed I didn't get to record that because I decided, normally I don't try to record panels. Because, sometimes it takes all the fun out of it. I just keep looking over at the camera, making sure, it's like worrying about it, and, did somebody move and they're no longer in shot and all that, or, and all that stuff. But I decided to do this one because, well, this was special. This was historic. This was, all the main 6 voice actors all together at BronyCon. It might have happened in other conventions, but I think this is the first time it's happened at BronyCon. So, but still, it was cool and it was fun, yo. So, yeah, I think at this point I planned that I was gonna go for a late registration for the fashion show. But I think also at this point is like I decided to not actually wear my costume, particularly because I was going to be carrying around my quote-unquote heavy camera gear. So I basically didn't wear my costume. I wore my sort of the shirt that I've been using in my latest reaction videos. Because I must admit, it's fun wearing this costume, but it gets kind of tiresome and kind of uncomfortable after a while. It's like, unfortunately, I have to think of a line, I think, by Adam Savage in one of the episodes of Mythbusters. It's like, a little more comfort in your designs next time. That's certainly a thing that's important in cosplay costumes, is comfort, because you're gonna be in it all day, so if it's not comfortable, it's gonna be really not fun. And I sort of tried to take that into consideration, but didn't really that much, so... yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to be making a separate video about my costume and probably take pictures, put on my DeviantArt page and all that stuff, but I'm certainly not going to talk about that right now. But yeah, anyway, so I basically put my costume away and everything, so it definitely felt a lot better. It's like, because, yeah, I'm just lugging all this stuff around and everything, so yeah, so. But anyway, so I obviously didn't go for the registration for the fashion show because, well, I don't really have a costume to go with. I'm not wearing my costume right now, and, I'm probably not going to be able to go put it back on and stuff and whatever. And parts of me are like, I'm not so sure I want to do that right now. I mean, I definitely probably could have. Not to mention, it's like, late registration, there was no guarantee that I was actually going to be able to do it anyway. So anyway, enough of that. So I think at this point, I went to, Brass Knuckles. I was going to say Iron Will, but Brass Knuckles Assertive Seminar. Yo, because I was just sort of walking along all the rooms, the panels, and just like, oh, she's on. It's like, that's cool. I'll at least walk into her panel and see, how that's working. Because it's actually kind of fun. It's like she's sort of playing, in a way, the female version of Brass Knuckles. And, the female version of Iron Will. It's like, unfortunately sleep-deprived and brain malfunctioning and stuff, so sorry about that. Yeah, she's playing, the female version of Iron Will, but she's trying to do a true assertiveness seminar, and it's a pretty good seminar, and I recorded, I think, most of it, and pretty much used this as an excuse to try out my camera rig with the tripod and everything, because at this time I brought a nice tripod, and everything. So, yeah, that was pretty fun. I liked that. That was cool, and I think I just enjoyed that. That was just nice. So yes. So after that was, after that I did go to the sort of the fashion show. Wanted to do like a recon mission, just see how did it work and how did that you know, what was it like, how did it work, and it was actually kind of what I was expecting. Yeah, it's like you go out, you walk on stage, you know, you quote-unquote pose for the audience or whatever you want, and then you turn around, you walk off the stage again, which I think is, you know, pretty cool. I like that. I mean, I think I'm definitely going to be doing that next year, because now that I know that I have a costume, I'll be much more willing to, I'll definitely pre-register next time, and everything, so, and all that, so, and I think that'd be kind of fun, you know. It's like, you know, because the thing that's cool about this, that's unlike the, you know, the competitive, you know, version of this, where you're basically being judged, is like, it's just about fun. It doesn't have to be the best costume ever. It's like, you can walk on with a not-so-great costume, but it'll still be fun anyway, and as, you know, at least when I was there, nobody was, like, booing or doing anything. It's like, that costume is terrible or anything, which I don't think anybody would. It's all because it's all about fun. It's all about just, you know, showing off your costume, no matter how good or bad it is, and it was just, and it was always fun to see other people's costumes and how they do them, and what, like OCs. It's always cool to see what people's OCs are and what people decide to do, and I think that was kind of fun. I only stayed there for a little bit, and again, used as an excuse to kind of try out my tripod and camera rig, and sort of quote unquote learn, because yeah, tonight's the Grand Galloping Gala, yo! So hopefully that will hopefully I'll be learning from that and be ready for that, which unfortunately is not that far away. Oh no! Or at least at the time of this video, it's not that far away. So oh my gosh, yeah. So yeah, the next panel was kind of a big one. Team Fortress 2 Analysis Anarchy. So yeah, that was, I mean, I get there, again, relatively, not exactly late, but it's like, you know, like 10 minutes before. And, or maybe even, I think I got there at maybe 4 or whatever it was. But anyway, I get there, you know, I don't get there half an hour early, whatever, like, you probably should. But, yeah, so I see this big, massive, long line, and I'm thinking, darn, I'm not even going to get into this panel. But fortunately, no, that did not happen. I mean, it was pretty much filled, but yeah, I was able to get in, and used my tripod and my camera rig and stuff to record all of it. And it was pretty, you know what, I'm gonna say this now. It's like, yeah, it's like, I asked Dr. Wolf at the end, it's like, oh, can I, you know, basically air this on YouTube? It's like, he says, no, you can air the panel, but not the footage of the clips and everything, because I want to get everybody's reaction to it first. It's like, oh, okay, yes, I understand, thank you, and all that. So yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna be doing anything with that footage in the near future, because I feel kind of bad now, actually. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Wolf, sorry, you know, okay, and I can't help but think, because the last thing I want to do is make Dr. Wolf angry. It's like, I don't want to, because yeah, obviously it's important. Remember, kids, it's always important to ask people for permission to use this kind of stuff, you know, and everything. And I think it's, especially it's a case of stuff that's never been aired before. It's like, definitely ask whenever possible. And I'm very glad that I did ask, because otherwise I would be ticked off. Otherwise Dr. Wolf would be ticked off at me. And it's like, and he would lose his Dr. Wolf persona, and he'd be coming to a real wolf, and then he'd come and eat me. So that would be bad. So I think that's what I was thinking. But yeah, so I'm probably not going to do anything with that footage, at least for now, until at least he releases his video. And maybe even after the episodes themselves air. I'm not sure which is going to come first, but anyway. So yeah, because the interesting thing with that panel is that he actually turned a camera on the audience and was basically going to record their reactions to seeing these clips for the first time. So that would be kind of cool. And I think that's going to be pretty cool. I was like, I don't know if I'm even going to be in the shot. I think I was, because I decided to put my camera off to the side in like the corner, because I want to basically be out of the way of people. I don't... Which I think I might have kind of failed at, because I could sort of tell people were kind of trying to get past me, but they're kind of nervous about passing in front of my camera, so kind of feel bad about that too, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, so, but still, it's like, I was sort of being a little overreactive, shall we say, so, I don't know, because, yeah, but, I don't know, but, I don't know if I'm in the shot, but I think it'd be pretty cool if I was, though. So, because that would be kind of, I mean, certainly, you know, even they said it's like, you're about to become part of the Team Fortress Foundation 2 Foundation history. Yo ho, yo ho, that'd be cool. I mean, that was a fun panel. That was cool. It's like it was just simply fun. That was cool, and I like that a lot. Yo ho. let's see. Next panel was whose line is it anyway? Well, I kind of went to that panel, but sort of decided that this is kind of weird, and I don't really want to go to this panel anyway, so I stayed for like probably the first like 10 minutes or so, and then basically decided to leave. And wait to see, what did I do after that? I'm not sure. I think I'm not quite sure how I did after that. You know, I think just hung around, I guess, a little, because yeah, I was like, oh, because there's always the problem is like I'm tired. I just want to go back to my hotel room and like have a nap or something, and it's like just oh dear. So yeah, I just hung around for a while, I guess, and then after that was You'll Make Your Mark, helping new artists break through. Yo, with again the commissioner. I mean, no, the person I am commissioning, the Blue Star plushie. Oh, I mean, it's actually Purser of Pieces. I call him Pursuer of Pieces. It's Purser of Pieces, actually. Oops, sorry. Oh dear. So yeah, anyway, that panel was kind of interesting, and you know, I mean, I'm not really much of an artist, but I could still at the same time relate to this problem, and certainly, you know, it's like confidence and, you know, artist block or writer's block or just or I guess we'll call it video block. Yeah, sometimes it's like it's really hard sometimes to make videos and, you know, and do things because like, oh, it's like I mean, in case of like writer's block or art block, it's sort of like I can't think of what to do, or I can't figure out what I need to do with this. I mean, but it's also sometimes a case of, oh, I don't really want to do this right now. And of course the answer to that is to just, you know, in both cases is just to simply step away from it and walk away a little bit, you know, just do something else that you like and just get your mind off of it for a while, and sometimes that'll break the artist block. So yeah, so that was kind of interesting. I kind of like that. So yeah, so that was, and of course tonight is the Grand Galloping Gala. Oh, I can't sing that high, unfortunately. So yeah, which is one of my favorite events. It's like a giant party, and it's just so cool. And now with my tripod, I might actually be able to not just simply sit behind the camera. Maybe I'll actually be able to go and dance a little bit with everybody else. That'll be that'll be kind of weird, to be honest. Like I'm gonna be dancing in front of my own camera. How embarrassing. Maybe, I don't know. Because yeah, I mean, I must admit, there's been something that I just like about, in a way, being behind the camera and being the cameraman and just filming it. I don't know what it is. It's just kind of cool, I guess. It's just cool to me, for me. I don't know why. But yeah, I think the Grand Galloping Gala will be fun. Hopefully it will finish on time and end at 11 and not end at like midnight or something, because that would be really bad. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad that it's a half an hour earlier than it was last year. I think last year it was at 9:30, now it's at 9, so that's at least a little bit better. So so yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna get this video out, you know, the night that, you know, the actual, you know, actually at the Saturday that of this convention or not, because I'm assuming there's a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it in, and I definitely want to give myself a chance to sort of relax a little bit before I head off to the Grand Galloping Gala, because it'll be fun, but it's also going to be kind of tiring too, especially if I decide to get out on the dance floor. But yeah, the Grand Galloping Gala is always fun, and I've in a way, for some strange reason, decided to make it my personal mission to record the gala every year, even though there are cameras running all the time. So so anyway, so overall, my day 2 was it was sort of a mixed bag. It was kind of, at times it was kind of relaxing, times it was kind of fun, times it was kind of stressful, times where it was sort of but overall, it was pretty good. I definitely enjoyed myself, and I hope everyone enjoyed themselves at BronyCon, and I did get to meet a few of my subscribers, and, you know, even take a picture or two, and you know, and I think so overall, BronyCon Day 2 was pretty good, and yo-ho, and again, hopefully I will see you there. This is Blue Star. Stay strong, and pony on. Blue Star out.